Emergency services had been on our property for about 8 hours now. It had been a very long day for everyone, and night was about to fall. On a seemingly normal winter morning, a raging bushfire tore through our property, leaving destruction and despair in its wake. The firestorm engulfed nearly 90% of our land and reduced our serene surroundings to a charred landscape. The devastating aftermath of this ferocious bushfire brought our world crashing down. We're very lucky that we didn't have any livestock to try to rescue on the day of the fire. It would have been nearly impossible to have achieved that, and the family that was visiting us, probably it was the worst possible time for a visit. But everybody had worked together, using every resource available to us, and the embers danced like lost souls carried away by the hot gusts of wind. Everyone's faces was blackened with soot, their eyes reflecting both fear and resilience. The firefighters have battled the fire valiantly, their courage matched only by our family's determination. The fire had started around 10:30, 11 a.m, and by about 8 p.m, victory was finally within reach. The fire gradually subsided, leaving behind a charred and sombre landscape. We were all alive, but we gazed upon our ravaged land, and we mourned the loss of our cherished surroundings, our memories forever etched in the ashes. After it was safe, Paul took the kids out to have a look at the blackened ruins, and they found this tree burning and waited for it to fall.
I'm so excited about watching a tree fall.
When's the last tree you saw fall because
Yesterday.
of fire?
They sat there watching it for 30 minutes, and the kids' patience was wearing thin.
It's gotta fall.
Oh, is it actually
It's gone.
Yeah, it's going.
It's gone.
Meanwhile, the firefighters were having a meal break.
Hello? How long?
No, it's
I bet
it's falling.
40 minutes. 45
It's moving
minutes.
faster. It's falling.
Oh, it's gone. It's gone. No, it's gone. It's gone. That was so worth it.
Finally.
Worth it.
Finally.
So we got now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wait.
What do you mean? Wait. No, we're not.
Amidst the devastation, though, a glimmer of hope emerged. The spirit of community and resilience, which runs deep in the hearts of Australians, shone brightly. Our neighbours rallied together, offering support and giving us assistance. And the firefighters who had been there almost all day were delivered meals at the end of the day. The emotional toll was exhausting, and we were all extremely tired. Being involved in a potentially life-threatening experience like this teaches you about the preciousness of life. And my heart was full of gratitude for the safety of all of my loved ones. And we had all learnt a lot through this experience. One thing that I will always remember from this experience is not to rely on other people to tell emergency services your exact location, and also prepare to leave earlier. And when the firefighters left our property and night fell, we could see little sparkles and flames all over the land, like little stars twinkling on the ground.
You tell me you're scared. You tell me you're weak. But I know you're stronger than what you think. And I know it's hard. Yeah, I know it's rough.
We woke up the next morning to ash everywhere. Some of the trees that we'd planted had been burnt. Our compost bin had melted, and so had the side of our tool shed, and our fence post was still smouldering. We decided to take a drive around the boundaries of the property to see exactly where the fire had spread to.
Come on, come here.
This is where we were where this blue thing was, Beck.
We got warm.
Yeah.
It would have been very warm. It would have been frightening. Yeah, it was better.
Although we wouldn't have been there if the fire was coming. We would have gone there.
Yeah.
So that was the fence area.
And then pretty much out. And it's good. I can see all the rocks there. Well, most of the big ones.
Basically about 90% of our property had burned. The only real place that hadn't burnt was where we were standing in the Chimney Creek paddock in the shed where the firefighters came, and that's about all that was left. It was a very close call.
It was just a big stump. We saw that one yesterday, but you feel the can you feel the heat, Tina? Yeah, yeah. Not too much, yeah. A little bit like when we sat here yesterday, we could feel the heat. Yeah. Well, it's big hardwood, same as this one. So this was the one I said, oh look, that's, you can see that's just all burned itself out, or burning itself out anyway. But looking at those.
Well, I guess this is one way of mowing the lawns. Defending your home against bushfire is physically demanding and can be extremely dangerous. You should only stay and defend your home if it's well prepared and you have enough emergency water supplies and you have appropriate protective clothing and you're prepared to defend your home for an extended period of time. You should have protective clothing, which is loose-fitting clothing made from natural fibres such as wool and cotton, long sleeve shirts, long pants, gloves, protective goggles and a face mask.
Yeah, that's it. Well, actually, what wouldn't matter for me, but like...
This is where the fire truck had been bogged yesterday.
Because obviously the, bulldozer pulled it out and kept it coming and it didn't sink again, so it just must be something just there.
Eastern Australia is one of the most fire-prone regions in the world, and the bushfires in Australia have killed a lot of people. In winter out here, it's the dry season, and we also have very low humidity here and strong winds, which contribute to the ideal conditions for the rapid spread of fire. Our fire came on a Saturday, so it'll be known as Chimney Creek's Black Saturday. Human-caused global warming is predicted to continue, increasing the frequency of blazes. So if your property is being engulfed by a bushfire and you think it's too late to leave, it's best to seek shelter on your property. You could find a room that has an internal or external door, like a laundry or something like that, or outside, just pick an area that's already been burnt. Still burning good up there.
See, when we saw it was burning, I thought it was, I thought this was definitely on the bridge.
If you do end up sheltering indoors from a bushfire, you should choose a room that has 2 exits and a water supply. Ideally, you should choose a room that is furthest from the fire front. And you need to seal all the doors and windows as well as you can. You can soak towels or rugs or tea towels in some water and lay them against the bottom of external doors. You could also soak some blankets in water for protecting yourself against the heat as well. And stay low to the ground where there will be less smoke.
All the little green reeds along here, that's the creek that feeds our creek.
Having a bushfire survival plan for your family will make sure everyone survives. It's also important to make sure you have trees not really close to your home, and also keeping your grass short. We were really good with mowing our lawns, so I think that helped a lot. And also remove any flammable materials that are near or against the side of the home. The kids were getting covered in charcoal and ash sitting in the back of the ute, so Eli jumped out.
Yeah. What? Yeah? Okay. Ash there.
Back there.
Oh, look at Puppy. She's covered in it.
Is she? Look at
Is she?
Daniel. He's like, let us out.
Have you got glasses?
She might have to have a shower when she gets back. The charcoal and ash was just flying around everywhere, and we were breathing it all in. It's meant to rain tomorrow night, so we're looking forward to that, to have the rain wash all of this soot and ash and charcoal away, and also probably put out what's left of the fires. So our guests, Peter, Jane and Beck, have one more night with us, and we're hoping to have a lovely evening and make the most of the time we have left. This is where it came over the hill where we first saw the flames. Yeah. And then they leave tomorrow, and then we're expecting about 10, 17, 18-year-old teenagers to come out here camping, friends of Eli's. Hopefully they realise there's only about one spot left to camp now. For those that have been following along with us on our journey, especially at this point in time, we really do appreciate you being with us, and for all the supportive and compassionate comments that have been left for us below the video. We really do appreciate us. It really does make it feel like we're being comforted by you guys. So thank you so much, and we'll chat to you next time.
Want to go again?